Taking time now to settle the body, making sure that you are sitting in a comfortable position, that the hands are on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Spine is straight, head and neck are aligned with the spine, and the shoulders are back and down but relaxed. The eyes and the mouth are lightly closed. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all the events of the day. And again, take another long, deep inhalation. And this time when you exhale, release all the conversations and interactions that you've had today in all forms. And one more time, another long, deep inhalation. And this time on the exhalation, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation of things you need to do outside the class. And just allow yourself to be right here, right now. And scanning the awareness now through the body, beginning with the soles of the feet. And as you do, and gently scan the awareness up through the body until you reach the top of the head. Pay careful attention to any soreness or irritation or pain in the body so that you can then listen to your body throughout the practices and just work within what is right for you. If something isn't right, please do something else or even visualize the practice. So gently moving the awareness up through the body. And then when you reach the top of the head, gently move the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at the eyebrow center, visualize a steady candle flame. And visualize the light of that candle flame cascading down throughout the body. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. And I'll chant the Shanti Mantra to pay respect to our traditions and to each other. Breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinadpadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. And the theme for this class is faith, in the belief that you are exactly where you're meant to be and that everything is going to turn out okay, that you are okay and you're going to be okay. So, with that in mind, as we go through the practices, please clear the space as we'll begin our asana practice. So, let's begin with the legs out in front of the body, hands behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away. We'll begin first with ankle bending. So inhale, exhale, point the feet towards the floor. You can see, move back a little. Exhaling and then inhaling, bringing the feet back towards the body, just moving the feet from the ankle joints. Complete 7 rounds of this practice, placing the awareness in the ankle joint and trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. And when you finish the practice, take a few moments just to observe the effects. Our next practice, place the hands underneath the arch of the foot. Check in with your posture. Inhale and bring the foot up to where you can without pressing down on the knee. Exhale, bring the foot back to the floor. Complete 7 rounds of this practice, just observing the movement of energy in the body, particularly in the legs. And again, trying to synchronize the breath with the movement, aiming for that body breath mind connection. After your final round, bring the foot flat on the floor in front of the buttocks and then gently bring the leg along the floor, protecting the knee. Take a few moments to observe the difference between right and left, and then complete 7 rounds on the left leg. And again, once you finish the practice, gliding the leg along the floor, come back to base position and just observe the effects in the ankles and the knees. We'll move up the legs now to the hips. We'll do Tatali Asana, butterfly posture, bringing the feet in front of the buttocks and then placing the soles together, hands around the feet, trying to bring the heels as close to the buttocks as possible without straining, and then allowing the legs to, or the knees to come out towards the floor without pushing or straining. Inhale, bring the knees up to the arms. Exhale, allow the knees to fall towards the floor. Complete up to 10 rounds of this practice. placing the awareness in the hip joint. And just observing how with each round, the knees just naturally move closer to the floor. And after your 10th round, bring the knees together, slide the legs across the floor. And now we're going to do a spinal twist. So the legs out in front of the body, place the right foot on the outside of the left knee, and with the left arm, put the right knee in the crook of the left arm inside the elbow there. Sit up straight, and then with the right arm, bring it around behind the buttocks, sitting up straight and gazing over that right shoulder. Now you can either leave the leg out in front or tuck it in behind and then gazing over the shoulder that way. Breathing in the position. You'll notice with the exhalation, you'll be able to move around a little bit further. And then back to center. And then complete the same practice on the left side. Complete another 2 rounds on each side. And with the final round, try and hold it a little bit longer than the others. When you've finished, come back to base position in your own time. Just take a few moments to observe. We'll now do a counter posture from all that twisting. So we'll do a forward bend. So ensuring the spine is straight, raise the arms above the head, stretching up through the torso. Inhale and then exhale as you bring the hands down. So this will depend on where you are in your practice. So if it's the knees is fine, ankles, wherever you are, hold where is comfortable, trying to keep the back straight. Keep the head up for this round. If you want to later, if you're at that stage, you want to put your head down, we'll do that in the next couple of rounds. Inhale, bringing the arms up again, stretching up. Exhale, Coming forward again and holding for your own duration. If you want to put the head down now, that's fine, but really focus on trying to keep that back straight. One more time. Inhaling, stretching up through the torso. Exhaling, and this time hold for a little bit longer than the others. And please breathe into the posture. You'll notice again on the exhalation, you'll be able to move further in. And hold for the length of time that's right for you. And when you're ready, come back to base position. Again, just observing. It's quite a strong practice. And in base position, we'll then do shoulder rotation. So bringing the palms out in front of the body, right hand, fingers on right shoulder, left fingers on left shoulder, elbows together. Inhale, bring them up, back, down, exhaling on the downward movement, elbows together in front of the body again. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. Again, really slowing it down and just observing the loosening of the muscles at the tops of the shoulders from this practice. After you've finished again, sitting up, put the hands on the knees. And we'll do a neck movement now. So we'll do neck rotation, just to loosen any tension in the neck. Be very gentle with the neck and really smooth with the movements. And it's best to really go slowly with the first couple of rounds just to ease in and really understand your range of movement. So inhale and exhale, bringing the chin to the chest slowly, and then bringing the right ear around to the right shoulder. Inhaling as you bring the head back to where is right for you, and then left ear to left shoulder, exhaling as you bring the chin to the chest. Complete up to 5 rounds in each direction. Only if this is right for you. And again, slowing it down, really slow, even, smooth movements. And also observe the release of muscles from each side of the neck. After your final round, take a few moments just to reorient yourself. Sometimes moving the head in this way can sort of not upset, but cause a little bit of disorientation. And we'll now come up to standing. But we'll do head to foot pose on the way up. So Come onto the flats of your feet, the soles of your feet, and then allow the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half. Either leave the hands loose, or you could even clasp the opposite elbow behind the knees and allow the head to be, the top of the head to be in line with the floor, and just allow the body to hang. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And then when it's right for you, very gently and mindfully roll up to standing. And when you're standing, make sure that the legs are hip width apart and the weight's evenly distributed across. Arms are loose by the sides, shoulders are back and down, but relaxed, and head and neck are aligned with the spine. And with the eyes closed, just feel steady and comfortable and supported. And now widen the stance just a little and bring the wrists together in front of the body, crossed in front of the body. Tilt the head back a little. Inhale. And as you're inhaling, bring the arms above the head, cross still. Exhale. Open up the palms to shoulder height, gazing up gently and stretching out through the fingers, opening up the chest. Inhale, bringing the arms up above the head again, crossing the wrists, stretching up through the torso. Exhale, bring them down in front of the body again. This is one round. Complete another 4 rounds. Again, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement, really stretching up through the torso and opening up the chest. Accepting everything the universe has got in store for you. When you finish your final round, come back to a standing Shavasana. Back to stillness. And we'll now do one of the postures from the Trikonasana series. So legs wide apart. Now point the right foot out and the left foot comes in at a 45-degree angle. Bring the hands out to shoulder width, shoulder height, and then bend the knee, leaning towards the right. So bend the right knee, leaning towards. Now place the elbow on top of the knee and then bring the left hand up and look. You can either look straight ahead or look up. Then inhale back to center, arms out. Bring the right foot in to 45 degree and point the left foot out. Lean forward and bend the left knee forward. And then place the left elbow on the knee, bringing the right hand up and looking up or straight ahead. So this is one round. We'll complete 3 rounds in total. And with the next 2 rounds, you can either keep the hand on the knee, if that's right for you, or you could bring the hand down to the inside of the ankle. Just feel through the posture, explore the posture. On your third and final round, try and hold a little bit longer than the others. When you've finished your postures again, come back to standing Shavasana, closing the eyes and just observing the movement of energy from that practice. And our final asana will be a balancing posture. So we'll do the one-legged prayer pose. Let's do the one-legged prayer pose. So first, we'll put all of our weight on the left leg. But before we actually go into that, find a point on the wall that's not moving so that you can fix your gaze. It helps to steady your attention. So all of your weight on the left leg. And then depending on where you are at your practice, you can either bring the heel to the inside of the ankle or the sole of the foot on the calf, the inside of the calf. Best not to put it on the inside of the knee. Or for the full practice, you can bring the heel up to the inside of the thigh. When you feel steady, bring the hands together in prayer position. And if you feel steady there, bring the palms above the head. We'll complete 3 rounds on each side or an extended round if you can hold the practice. And when you've finished your practice, your balancing postures, come down into a comfortable sitting position to prepare for pranayama. Making sure that you are comfortable and steady in your position, and checking again with your posture. Spine is straight, head and neck are aligned, and the shoulders are down and back. So the chest is open, but they're comfortable and relaxed. And first, just observe the natural breath. Observe the natural breath at the nostrils and follow the breath. Follow the inhalation and observe how it expands the abdomen and then the chest. And then on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And our pranayama practice will be Valoma. So Valoma is a staggered breath. So we're going to do two variations of Valoma. First, we'll focus on the inhalation. So the inhalation is a long, deep yogic breath. But when you inhale, you first inhale into the abdomen and then pause. Then continue the inhalation into the chest and pause, and then complete the full inhalation. And then it's one long, unbroken exhalation. So we'll complete that 5 times, and then we'll switch. Then we'll focus on staggering the exhalation. So then with the inhalation, it's one long, unbroken inhalation. Then the exhalation is you exhale from the upper chest and pause, exhale from the chest and pause, and then complete the full exhalation. So that's 5 rounds on the staggered inhalation and 5 rounds on the staggered exhalation. When you've complete your Valoma practice, come back to the natural breath. And then when it's right for you, very gently and mindfully lie down on the floor in Shavasana for our Yoga Nidra practice, but taking your own time. So lying in Shavasana with the legs hip width apart, all tension is released from the legs and the feet are flopping to the sides. The arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. There's balance between the right and the left. And the head and neck are aligned. And just to check, you may want to just tuck your chin in a little to check for that alignment. And take a long, deep yogic breath in. And on the exhalation, release the body further into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time when you exhale, release any remaining tension in the body, particularly in the face. Sometimes we carry tension in the face we're unaware of, and that can be at the jaw, or even behind the eyes, or even holding on to some expression. So very mindfully release any remaining tension in the face. And feel the body's contact against the floor. First, feel the heels against the floor. And feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back against the floor and the spine. Feel the vertebrae of the spine against the floor. Feel the contact of the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the backs of the shoulders and the back of the neck against the floor. And feel the contact of the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact create one point of contact, one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sounds. Listen first for sounds that are way off in the distance. Don't try and name them or identify them. Just move your awareness from one sound to the next as you hear it. And move the awareness a little closer now to the sounds outside the room where you are. Again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. And move the awareness even closer to inside the room where you are. And now bring the sound awareness even closer to the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the sound and the sound awareness to the sensation and the sound of the natural breath. And release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And now rotate the awareness around the body. So listen to my instructions. And when I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now over to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbone, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation now, and instead bring the awareness back to the natural breath, and just observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath, but also observe just how subtle the natural breath has now become. We're now at a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. Visualize inhaling up through the soles of the feet to the top of the head. And as you do, the breath is a golden, calming, healing light. And on the exhalation, visualize breathing from the top of the head right out through the soles of the feet, releasing anything that does not serve you, whether that is any fear or worry, concern or pain, whatever that is for you, release it out through the soles of the feet. And if the mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. And now release the breath visualization and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body is feeling hotter and hotter. The body feels like it's lying out on the hot sand at the beach on a sweltering summer's day. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's out on the beach in a sweltering summer's day. And release this feeling of heat now. Replace it instead with a feeling of coldness. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside in the snow on a freezing winter's evening. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside in the snow on a freezing winter's evening. Release this feeling of coldness now and instead replace it with a feeling of heaviness. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels as though it's made out of concrete and it's pressing against the floor. It feels so heavy, it feels like it may even go through the floor. The body's feeling heavier and heavier and it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now. Replace it now with a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels as light as a feather floating on the breeze. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, as light as a feather floating on the breeze. And release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely and instead come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize and create the following objects and images. You're standing at the base of an old, huge tree. It's very windy, and you can see the branches of the tree swaying furiously from side to side, and you hear it groan with the wind. You see a ladder against the tree leading up to what looks like a treehouse. The sky is purple and crimson and red. It's a beautiful looking sky at sunset, but the wind is furious. So you decide to climb up the tree. You're not scared, so you climb up the ladder and up into this tree house. And while you can see the wind whipping around outside, inside the tree house, it's still and warm and steady. And from the treehouse, you can see this beautiful sunset as the colors change. And then you start to see the birds and sit on the branches around the treehouse, ready to make their bed for the evening. And you start to hear their bird song. And you feel very at peace and still and safe here. Even though all of this chaos is happening around you, you can sit amongst it and feel still. And keeping this feeling of stillness and keeping this feeling of faith that everything is going to be okay. You come back now to your mat and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And allow the breath to deepen now and feel the movement it creates in the body. And begin to remember the details of the room where you are. Begin to remember the time of day and hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. And move and stretch in a way that's right for you, making small movements with the fingers of the toes first, and then very gently, in your own time, coming up to a comfortable sitting position, keeping the eyes closed or downcast to try and maintain the peaceful state you've created. Taking your time, there's no rush. And sitting in a comfortable position now, like we did at the beginning, very gently scan the awareness up through the soles of the feet to the top of the head and compare now how you feel to when you began. And once you do that, very gently rest the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame and visualize that light cascading throughout the body. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.